Greetings, Legionnaires, and welcome. Wanted to stop in quick to just give my 2 cents on the new trailer and gameplay we got from Gotham Knights. Seems like people enjoyed this kind of format for the last video I did with Marvel's Avengers beta. I thought I'd pop in and do this one really quick, and then also do one later on for when we get to see the Suicide Squad game in all of its glory. So let me stop yapping and let's just look at the game and let's talk about it. Alright, Legionnaires, let's dig in. Little backstory first, I have played through pretty much all of the Arkham games. I enjoyed Asylum, I really enjoyed City, I actually enjoyed Origins quite a bit as well, and Arkham Knight, while I did like it, there were some things that were frustrating for me. I enjoyed the Batmobile stuff, it just got a little too much and they ruined Deathstroke in my eyes. But Origins was actually pretty good, and that is the group that is making this game, Warner Brothers Montreal. Now, to kind of start off with, we are watching Barbara Gordon here, I believe, Batgirl, or Batwoman, and there are going to be 4 playable characters. It's her, Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood. So I believe that's Damian Wayne as Robin. It sounds like you can play as, completely by yourself if you want to throughout this campaign, or with at least one other person right now. We see Robin kind of teleporting around and stuff, which is pretty cool because apparently he's utilizing the Watchtower like satellites, like kind of boom tube technology, so he can kind of like teleport around, like smash people, which is a crazy thing to give Robin, but I'm totally fine with it. As we're kind of watching this, you can see the Arkham, kind of style sneaking around and stuff. One thing that is new, however, are these enemy levels, and I was kind of nervous about this, but the way the developer describes it later on here too, is that these characters will be leveling up within the game, so you'll be able to kind of build up your own characters, but the world will level with you. Now, the interesting thing about that is he kind of talks about later at the very end where we see Mr. Freeze, who I'm just excited about. We'll get to him in general, but is that you have these levels and they level up alongside you, but somebody like Mr. Freeze is going to be a very different combatant when he's at level 5 versus when he's at level 15. If you're kind of keeping that scaling there, he'll use different attacks and whatnot. So I'm interested to see what kind of implications that actually has. I am excited about this game. I hope that's present in just my voice. But the fact that they're finally doing co-op in here to this extent, because we've kind of gotten hints at it in the other Arkham games a little bit, but nothing to this level, is really cool to me. The character that I'm most excited about is Red Hood. I enjoyed playing his DLC back in the Arkham Knight stuff. Spoiler alert. Sorry about that, but it's been out for a while now. And I'm not sure if he's actually going to be killing people in this game. He's got guns and whatnot, but I really enjoy him, and I enjoy playing him in Injustice 2. But all these characters, they're going to have some similarities too with the kind of the stealth mechanics and whatnot. It looks like everybody, at least with Robin and Batwoman and Nightwing, they all have just like electric batons, they all have sticks to hit people with. And it sounds like you can kind of approach these levels in different ways. That's nothing new for superhero games right now. It's like you can be stealthy or you can be loud. A lot of open world games obviously do this as well. But I love the level of detail I'm seeing here. I really enjoy playing this type of game, and I think playing it with somebody else is really exciting. Like, I really do want to play this with someone else who's going to take it seriously, and we can have a lot of fun and kind of combine our attacks. And you can see, most of the combat very similar, obviously, to what we've seen in the past with Arkham games. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sure that there's going to be a ton of quick-fire weapons, and the thing that I really love, and I think every superhero game should have if you're playing with other people, is co-op takedowns, and we definitely get one of those, which is very exciting to me. I'm kind of surprised that this is going to be a 2-player co-op campaign. I thought for sure they were going to do 4, because they kind of kept showing 4 off. But if there can't be 4 players in the campaign at the same time, which that might change, but I'm not sure if it will, I'm really thinking they're going to have long-term plans, kind of games as a service plan, to play with up to 4 other people, take on bigger levels and groups, and kind of do raids, as it were. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that, which is totally fine. I would love to see it, and I want to play as Red Hood and build them up, and I'm really interested to see what their skill trees and all that stuff is going to be. Now, Mr. Freeze is kind of one of the major antagonists for this game, which I love. I really enjoyed playing him in Arkham City. I think about that boss fight quite a bit as one of the best boss fights ever. If you've never played against him in that game, basically, you kind of can use one of your tricks as Batman on him to damage him once, but then he learns from it and you can't use that trick again. I don't think we're seeing that as much here, which is kind of sad. I would love to see that, but hey, that's okay. And also what people are really excited about is Court of Owls, so basically a shadowy group, basically kind of Illuminati or a Cabal type of situation that kind of run the world, and if you ever find out about them and you're not aligned with them, they will just kill you. That is an interesting concept, and I think it makes sense for a bigger group like this with these Gotham Knights, as it were, to take on that kind of threat, which is cool, because Batman can do it, and he's done it in the past, but I think it's a cool, like, major threat for, crime fighters to go after. Now, Batman is apparently dead in this version. Like, Wayne Manor's exploded and he's gone, and he sent out this video message to all of them saying, like, hey, I need you to come and basically protect Gotham. Who knows if that's really true? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see Batman show up at the end of this game just because he's Batman. But at the same time, I could see why they were trying to kind of do something different and not have Batman here, because if you had Batman, I think a lot of people would gravitate towards playing him, even though they played him a lot. I think he would just be a very popular choice, so kind of breaking that up and not having him be the main focus of this game, I think is smart. I think it's intelligent. And like I said, I really do think we'll probably see him later down the line. But overall, I think it looks great. It looks, pretty polished, which I'm excited about. As we talked about, like, in the beginning, I've been playing the Marvel's Avengers beta, and this is much less chaotic than that game is, but this looks like it's very, very story-focused, especially in this campaign. Like I said, I would not be surprised to see these, like, 4-player co-op mode later on, like, do these kind of raids where it's like, oh, you got to take down the Penguin, but the way to get to Penguin is you have to fight throughout this whole building or something like that. It'd be pretty interesting. But the Court of Owls is a fascinating concept, I think, as a villain group, because I am not super familiar with them, and I'm curious to see what that implementation will be, if it'll kind of be like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where you have like this big group that's just everywhere, and you kind of have to take them down systematically. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think this looks really cool, and it's a bit different than I think most people thought it was going to be. It definitely has that vibe of more superhero games that we've seen recently. Really bright and flashy, very colorful, not as dark and gritty as the Arkham games have been in the past. But I'm totally cool with it. Yeah, but curious to hear what you guys think as well. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for just a couple of minutes. I really appreciate it. I really want to hear, honestly, what you think about this. I was already talking to somebody in our Discord who was kind of like, yeah, this really isn't for me. I don't really like this whole kind of squad vibe that certain superhero games are kind of trending towards. I personally enjoy that sort of thing, but I can understand if you want more of those solo experiences, that it's kind of nerve-wracking that games aren't really, focusing on that as much as they once did, even though you can play this whole game, I guess, completely by yourself, probably like I said in the video. But yeah, it is also weird to me, that they've got like 4 choosable characters, but it's like only 2-player campaign. Anyway, it's in the video anyway. But I want to hear what you think, if you like that, if these are the characters you want to play as, and if this is something you're going to be getting when it comes out in 2021, or if it's something you're going to kind of hold off on and wait and see how it feels. But I'll probably be there just because I've enjoyed the Arkham games in the past, and I'm excited to learn more about this game. I really am. Plus Mr. Freeze, man. Oh, I love Mr. Freeze. Anyway, sorry. If you want to support us, consider checking out our Patreon, and you can do that. We also have Instagram, Twitter, Amazon affiliate link, Spreadshirt, all that stuff. Links are down below. But yeah, I hope to see you guys back here for the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, a little video we're going to be making here later on today. And just know that I appreciate you being here. Love and hugs to all of you. And until next time, just remember to adapt and overcome. Bye.